What's up? It's your boy Kyle, and I'm here on Having It Made with Alexandria Jade.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
I don't
9.
need your respect, cause I got it, made. I got it 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 made.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I got
8,
it
9.
made. I got it 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 made.
Kyle Campbell is a professional manager and peer mentor with a passion for connecting the dots for the next generation of talent, creatives, and executives alike. His resume is stacked with collabing artists like Taylor Parks, Drake, Future, and Division, just to name a few. Currently working at BET and VH1, the CEO himself is on a mission to enhance the music industry and grow his foundation in many ways. Kyle, welcome to Having It Made.
Thank you for having me.
How are we feeling?
I feel good. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's spring, and I'm just appreciative for you guys inviting me to be
Absolutely, the sun is shining, and we got you here joining the conversation. So, you are originally from Atlanta.
here. Yep, I'm originally from Atlanta, Stone Mountain to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Tucker High School.
Tucker High School. Yeah, that's where I went to. Yep, Tucker High, Tucker Tiger.
Yeah, were you always like a music head, music fiend?
Not necessarily.
Wait, you said Tucker Tigers?
Yeah, like that's our school mascot.
Tucker, you still Tucker Tiger to this day?
Nah, it is. It's just like if you know Tucker, it's a very like kind of almost like TV, like what you would grow up like watching on TV, like type of town.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a main street and everything like that. Just very tight knit community. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Doraville, so I'm familiar with the area.
Oh, you like North.
But I lived in Doraville for a minute.
Yeah, okay. You
Is it the same thing? Or
it might. I don't know. I didn't spend a lot of time in Doraville. I didn't spend a lot of time in Gwinnett. So.
Facts. So, were you always a music head growing up?
No, not necessarily. Like I listened to, like of course everyone had their favorite music, and you go through the different stages of learning music and learning what you like. But I wasn't like super heavy music head. Maybe until like high school and college for real. But I was in band, I guess. So.
What? You were in band?
I was in band. I played percussion. I was a drummer.
You were a drummer?
Yeah, something light.
Was it heavy, like holding the drum?
No, I mean it was. I played snare.
Okay.
So it was never like, no. But that's where I guess like that's where my musicality or like interest in music started. Yeah, performances, drumline, jazz band. Yeah, but that only lasted probably for a couple of years. So from like 8th grade to. Or 6th, 7th, 8th, and then some of 9th grade. But after that, I wasn't in band anymore.
Yeah. So high school, like you really were interested in just kind of listening to music, but not necessarily you knew that was what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I had no clue that's what I wanted to do at all. I don't even know. I mean, I was like very much an academic kid. So,
yeah. You look like you had good grades.
Yeah, my mom's a teacher.
Your mom is a teacher.
My mom's a teacher.
Look at that.
But yeah, I play sports too.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, my interest in music like more than just being a consumer of music started in college.
So you went to school at the Boston University.
Yeah,
from School of Business.
Yep, Boston University. School of Business. I actually started off in engineering.
Yeah.
Biomedical engineering.
Right.
To your point earlier. But quickly realized that that's not what I wanted to do. And during this time period, I also started like working with a couple of friends of mine, like as their manager, and like figuring out like what that would look like. I didn't really think of it as a manager, but just like helping them out strategy wise, business wise.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So with the biomedical engineering, like what was the exact moment you were like, nah, this is not what I want to do?
Probably when I failed my first test.
What?
I'm not gonna lie. Not to say that as like a short story on like, you know, failing something and then quitting, but I just knew like, damn, this is not what I want to do. Like, I don't want to work with numbers. I don't want to, I guess not work with numbers, but like, you know, have a job that requires me to do math, and I don't like math like that.
Yeah.
I think I was just good at it, but yeah, no. So in the midst of doing that, I just started thinking about things that I like to do, and I know I like to listen to music.
Yeah.
And, I saw where, you know, people like, I went to school at Tucker actually with Rory, and he was like Love Renaissance first signee. So like seeing what they were doing with him and how he was building his career and like even his journey as a fan, as a friend, like that interested me. So I was like, okay, let me just try my hand at that.
Word.
Yeah.
So in college, you actually mentioned that you were throwing parties.
Yeah.
How does
Something like
one
that, yeah.
arrange throwing parties in college?
I mean,
Like, were they like big parties?
yeah, we had this thing in Boston called Marathon Monday, where basically on the Boston Marathon,
Wait.
it's a whole holiday. Like you don't go to class or anything like that. Granted, I mean, school is like, can I curse? School is hard as fuck. Like, so like that was and we didn't really have no off days for real. Like,
Yeah.
so that was like, or not even off days, but we didn't have a football team. So we didn't have like Saturdays down south, like tailgating, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Nah. So our day for like doing that condensed into one day, really one morning, is called Marathon Monday. So like the Boston Marathon, they're running the Boston Marathon. No schools in Boston have school. Everything is shut down. And so it's a day where like you wake up 6 a.m. and you just start partying and like until you can't. So yeah, I threw a couple parties on Marathon Monday just with my friends. The artists that I was working with, like
you were actually
using our network.
Yeah, you were actually managing them.
Yeah.
While in
time.
school,
Yeah.
throwing parties.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I was doing that, of course, and then joining a fraternity, you naturally learn how to like throw parties and events too. So, yeah.
Yeah. So while in college, what kind of artists were you managing at the time?
It was 3 artists I was working with at the time. My friends Jordan, Anthony, who went by Rome, still goes by Rome, and John Luke, which is so hilarious. Do you guys know the you on TikTok?
Sometimes.
Okay, it's this guy on TikTok from New York. He's
Yeah.
called the New York City Clout Guy.
Okay. I'm
And,
gonna
like,
check them out.
He has like all these memes about just being like cloudy in New York or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's John Luke, but it's like super popular. But basically, he was an artist, still is an artist. We were all in school together, so yeah, I managed the 3 of those artists together. Yeah, it was a small team. It was my friend Chelsea. She also was like a co-manager of mine, and she did interviews actually just like this, and ran them out of Patchwork. Chelsea Samuels, so shout out to her actually. But Steve, you might know Chelsea. Oh yeah, he's supposed to be off screen. So that's what talking about him. But yeah. So that's when I first started managing artists. It was with her.
Okay.
And those are the 3 artists I managed in college.
Absolutely. So you then graduate with the degree in marketing.
Yep. Degree in marketing. I mean, I wanted to do advertising, but the way my scholarship was set up, I had to graduate in a certain amount of years, so marketing was the closest thing.
Yeah. So after college, you then moved to LA to intern with BET?
Kinda.
Okay.
So while I was in college, my junior year is when I interned with BET.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my junior spring. Yep, and I was actually the first intern on the team that I'm currently on.
Wow.
Like, they had just created the department.
So you're still on that team?
I'm still on that team.
Yeah.
I had left the team and came back, but yeah, I still work on that team. Yeah.
So coming in, what was the transition like for you coming out of college and then interning at BET?
Coming out of college was, I moved back. So because I interned there my junior year, at the time, like Paramount was booming. Or I guess it was before it was Paramount, but it was BT. And, you know, they were hiring like every semester, you know, and it was kind of, I won't say it was assumed, but it, like, if you did a good job and they liked you, like, in your senior, and you did good during your internship and you're about to graduate, like, they're going to hire you full time.
Yeah.
And that was probably, like, the last time, or at least on a contract basis. But that was, like, the last time that I feel like it was like that. But because I did my internship my junior year, I had to go back to school.
Okay.
So then even people I was interning with that were seniors, they got hired, like, on my team or, like, other teams full time. So by that point, when I time I graduated, they didn't have no openings or nothing like that. So I ended up coming back to Atlanta. I also was supposed to have an internship too with a studio. I think it was Streamcut, but ended up like falling through or whatever. But moved back to Atlanta and just was here, and then trying to make ends meet. So while doing that, I started PAing, like music videos. Yeah, and then eventually, like later on, I ended up joining the team. But yeah, that's what I was doing like after college, and working in the gym.
Yeah.
Just like jobs here and there, make money.
So with the management, Dreams to Paper, how did this coalition come about? Was this your first one that you started?
Yeah, so with Chelsea and our boy Quan, we kind of came together to work with the artists that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
And there's like that kind of time period is when I got my feet wet, I think, the most.
Okay. Was this after you said during college?
Yeah, this was during college and like directly after college.
Okay,
so
cool.
Like basically after graduating, while I was doing like, you know, PAing or, you know, working at the mall or whatever, I'm also like, you know, actively trying to build with the artists that I was working with in college. And that's what like Dreams to Paper was. I think it didn't last super long. Excuse me. But it was like a good way for me to practice, and not even practice, but because it was a real thing, but like get my feet wet, and I think, or get my shots in, get my hours up. Like I feel like that's super important to anyone's journey, especially like working in the music business, is like doing it yourself. And I even remember when I first started interning for the Rebels group, which they at the time, currently and at the time, but you know, they have like hella producers that they manage. They managed G-Eazy, and did Drake's tour management. During my interview process, one thing that made me stand out amongst everyone that interviewed, and they pull like interns from like USC and UCLA and like NYU and like all these like really big schools, was the fact that I did something like that myself, that I was just doing it on my own. So yeah, that's what that was.
So you were also a promotion coordinator for Taylor Parks.
Yes.
We Need to Talk World Tour. What was this experience like overall? Like, what were the overall duties?
I mean, that was like a month or 2 months. It was very short, and it wasn't for the whole tour. It was literally just I think it was like 5 stops for the whole tour, and I did just the Atlanta show. I'm trying to remember how that came together because it was so long ago. Damn. But I mean, basically what I had to do was like I just curated the show, the lineup, like who would open. I think I had Beja Rodriguez open. And the venue was already put together. I think that was it. And then like, we had like a small budget to get people to promote the show and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I did.
And you were responsible for staying within the budgets and all that great stuff.
Yeah.
So as a talent manager, what is the biggest lesson you've learned working for BET and all these other companies?
The biggest lesson I've learned is I mean, that's a good question, because it's like I have learned a lot of lessons in doing it, and it's like they all fit in different categories of like what makes them good or bad. But I mean, execution above anything else, I think, is the most important thing. Like, there's a lot of obstacles, personalities that you have to like learn how to deal with and juggle. So as long as you're able to execute, that will like separate you from everyone else.
Yeah, so like kind of circle back, like even this PAing, like you worked on the set of Life is Good with Future and Drake. Like what was that like?
That was cool. It was, and it that just came about, I won't say randomly, but like
what's the story? We need the full rundown.
My brother, shout out to my brother. He was in school at the time at Georgia State, and his roommate did his roommate Teron did like grip, lighting and grip like on set, and was like, yo, we need PAs. That was it. But I had already had the experience from working with a Rebels group at the time. But see, they were based in California and I was here in Atlanta, so it was like completely remote. And I was basically doing like more like A&R research stuff. But I did have experience like working shows and parties and stuff like that, events. So and working on events that like I had thrown like full on shows with other people. So yeah, I just happened to be, I guess, right place, right time, and I was trying to look for PA work, and he happened to be working on set for Epic Records. So we did like 3 videos that summer, but that was one of the videos, and it happened to be Life is Good and Director X. That was the first time I met Director X, and life comes full circle because we ended up like reconnecting.
That's so cool. Later
down the line, but yeah, that was the story.
Like they had you run around getting water for Future and Drake.
Bro, this is what we had to do. So they basically told us, like, they gave, so when you have a production, like, I mean, you know, like with PAs, they gave us they're like, our main duty before was stocking the trailers. So we had to get everything that was on both of their riders for both of their trailers. Yeah. Bro, they had us running around for like 3 days. We picked up, of course, you pick up the trucks, you pick up the cube truck, the other truck, and then you gotta go get all the crafty stuff, and then you drive around for 2 days getting all the stuff from that rider. So Drake had like diptyque candles, and a PS3, and like iPods or whatever it was. Like we just had to go around and grab all that stuff. It was like literally $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of stuff. Yeah. And then we stocked their trailers, and then on set you're of course just helping with everything from moving the trucks, lighting, like saying cut, like, you know, stuff like that.
But you actually met them, like they're cool.
Yeah. I mean, it was during the course of shooting the video, so yeah, they were cool. Okay, so with talent A&R and talent relations, what are the differences between the two? So talent relations is more so like, that's like the name of our, I guess, department, or just the act of being that person that's like the liaison between talent and whatever, you know, network production you're working for. So A&Ring, and that kind of comes not really as like a job that I always do, but like just something that I've like inherited, or like because I have a love for music, I do. That's like, you know, beat selection sometimes with the artists I'm working with, the producers I'm working with, you know, setting up sessions, research, trying to find artists, and then what was the other one?
Well, just talent relations, and then an AR.
A&R, yeah. I mean, that's what the difference, you know. It
kind of just flows for you, like you feel like it's natural.
Yeah, I mean, it's all jobs of service and just putting someone else before you.
Dealt with any big egos?
Yeah, I have, but that's what comes with the line of work. I mean, you're working with people of all just different levels of talent or celebrity. So yeah.
So you are the executive director for Project Go Dark Incorporated with your business partner and mentor, Cortez Bryant. What is this like? Can you highlight what it is that you guys do overall and the importance of it?
So Go Dark is a music industry or entertainment industry pipeline program. We over the course of over 3 years, and now we're going into our 4th year. We have a fall program that we do every fall, and we take, anywhere between 6 to 10 students, and we help place them in internships throughout the city. Provide a stipend for them at the end for participating in the program, and
Oh, wow.
most importantly, we provide like a masterclass series for them. So
Oh, cool.
we invite different executives to come in and speak with them, just to give them game, like in a situation like literally as intimate like this. And yeah, like that's just a way for them to get their foot into the door, which is something that I'm like really an advocate of for, especially people that look like me and you.
Yes.
So that there's just more of us, and there isn't that like question of, well, when this decision was made or this decision was made, like who was there to give their input, and there wasn't
Right
someone there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I'm really big on sharing what I know, because that's how I've gotten to where I am. So from the likes of like Tez and the other mentors of mine that have poured into me and like allowed me to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
So I believe in creating that environment for other people. So yeah, we do this program every fall. We specifically pull students from HBCUs around the country. Like every year we've had students that are in school in other states like move here.
Oh, wow.
It's
It's here in Atlanta?
It's here in Atlanta, yeah,
Okay,
to
dope.
participate in the program. And then we do our best to like, of course, if you work with someone, like I work with you, Alexandria, and I'm interning, and then after the 6-month program, you like the work that I'm doing, like naturally you're gonna keep that person around, and keep working with them, especially with the companies that we work with, because we have relationships with these organizations or these mentors who have these students as kind of like as apprentices. So yeah, that's the program. So we're in our 4th year now.
Oh, wow. And what are the overall qualifications?
We ask that you be, and we are working on another program for students that didn't go to college. Just because I'm not like, I believe there's value in the education earned not going to college. But right now we ask that you be a junior or senior in school. Attend a predominantly Black institution.
Yeah.
And have an interest in the music side of the business side of music. And it doesn't have to also just be music now. It can be more entertainment just in general, production even, but film and TV. But right now our relationships with the internships are really on the music side.
Word.
Yeah.
So you're currently managing your artist Corinne and rapper Ant-Man.
Yep.
With that being said, with all of your previous experience in the music industry, what are your hopes for your artists in helping them expand?
I mean, I hope that they are artists that 10 years from now people remember, like 15 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. People remember, not just like flashes in the pan, which is I think why I enjoy working with them.
Yeah.
And I of course hope that they, achieve everything that they want to achieve too, outside of just being famous and pursuing music, because some people pursue music just as like a hobby, but they like really want to be legendary. So yeah.
And with managing them, have there ever been like any specific obstacles along the way?
Yeah. I mean, everything worth doing has obstacles. Yeah, there have been.
Like, do you feel like you've had to come to a place where you've had to protect your artists from
obstacles? I think the journey is really an inward one that they have to like figure out themselves and what they want to, like the music they want to put out, the type of art they want to make, who they are as a person, who they want to be perceived as. So there's those obstacles. I mean, but then there's like, of course, just the obstacles of having to build a team around an artist and, you know, building a fan base. So, yeah. Did that answer your question? I told you I could be long-winded. I don't know if I got off topic.
No, absolutely. So back to you. You've actually been an ambassador for One Music Fest. Congratulations.
Yeah, I did that.
What is that like? What is the experience like for being ambassador for One Music, especially with it being here in Atlanta?
I mean, they just had me like post about it. Like it wasn't too like labor intensive. They just had me post about it. I guess I'm influential, so I posted about it and told people to go, and that was it. Yeah.
Does you feel like it's like gaining traction, helping you build the connections that you need?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that.
Okay, so what's currently in the works for you?
I mean, I'm currently continuing to build out, strategize, and push forward all the artists I'm working with: Corinne, Ant-Man, Stoop, OGK. Sorry, OGK. He's from Australia. He's actually here right now.
Word.
We got him out here for like a month, like 4 or 5 weeks, really. So yeah.
Thanks. Well, I appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And where can everybody follow you on the gram?
You can follow me on the gram, ceo.kyle, spelled exactly like that. And yeah, that's where you can follow me. Also follow Go Dark MIP. That stands for Music Industry Pipeline. Go Dark MIP. And all the talent that I'm working with. That's where you can find me. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to thank my guest, Kyle Campbell, for joining us today. Again, you can follow him on IG at ceo.kyle. Thank you for tuning in to Having It Made. I am your host, Alexandria Jade. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast, and we will see you guys next episode.
I got it made. I got it made. I got it made. I got it made.
This is perfect feeling to have these kids that was students that was in class all semester being able to have real practical hands-on experience of how to build a song, understand how to roll it out, how to market it, brand it, you know, as artists, as producers, as executives. Like this has been great. Wait till y'all see the final product, man. This is magic. We got the artists cooking up. We got the executives right there building out great rollout plans, marketing plans. A lot of artists making music, making magic, baby. These students that took this class in Jackson State, my careers in music class, has been allowed to come to Atlanta thanks to Propel and Apple in order to put everything they learned to work. You know, so we have young junior music executives, we have artists, producers. You know, they took what they learned in the classroom and are able to come to Atlanta with me for a week and, you know, get that real-time experience of really building it up. So they created a couple songs over the last couple days. We're here today, shooting videos today for the songs. They're hits, you know, and this is only the beginning of the journey. You know, after this, you know, we're gonna roll it out, really release the music with Propel and create some magic.
My favorite part of this week was just meeting everybody. It's really, really cool to be able to meet other creatives and find people that's in your lane, in your box. And sometimes when you're back home, some of my friends, they don't make music. So it's just really cool to have new friends that are in my lane that I can call on for specific situations. So I think that's the best part.
My favorite moment of the week was definitely the listening session we had, I want to say yesterday, when we played everybody music in the A room. The energy was live, bro. I mean, like, collaboration was amazing. Everybody was lifting each other up. It wasn't none of that, you know, hating stuff. There wasn't like, oh, my song better than yours. There wasn't none of that. It was like some real, you know, tight-knit family type stuff. And Man, I'm ready to run it back.